Hey everyone, today I want to talk to you about a book called Jim and Dixie. It's by Sara Zarr. This is a book about two sisters. They have neglectful parents. They're not necessarily like abusive in the sense of like physical abuse, but they're neglectful and abusive in the sense that there's never food in the house at all. There's no support. The parents don't really care what the two sisters are up to. They just kind of leave them be, and they're pretty like self-centered people. So the main character of the story is called Jim and her younger sister Dixie. They used to get along a lot when they were younger, but now that they're in high school, they fight constantly. And part of it has to do with like the fact that their parents are so awful, like they kind of tend to take it out on each other. But one day, like they end up they find a bunch of money. So they decide to like run away together. So they live in Seattle at the time. They end up moving to like a totally different town and having like a few days in a hotel room. And along the way, you learn a lot about the relationship and then between the two sisters and also their past. It's a really interesting story about some serious issues like regarding, poverty, people who come from a low-income background, people who have like alcoholic or drug-addicted parents. So it looks at some serious issues, but with two characters who you really end up caring about along the way. So here is how the book begins. 9 quarters. They were the last of what had been left in the jar of laundry money that Dixie and I kept in our room. The jar that had never quite lost the smell of pickle relish. I counted and recounted the quarters in my pocket with my fingertips as the lunch line moved forward, as I counted and recounted them through English, physiology, and government. I counted things in my life because they had a way of disappearing on me, and I learned not to trust what I thought was there. So if you like to look at like internal like family relationships, or if you like to learn about people in the world and kind of the struggles that they have, this is a really awesome choice. Great realistic fiction book. It's Jim and Dixie by Sara Zarr.